might think that heaven is all the same. You all come to realize the truth, and then you're all the same. But Swedenborg is saying nothing is the same in heaven. Nobody understands, even though there is this common truth, nobody understands it in the same way, in just the same way. And in far from that being in imperfection, that is essential to the nature of heaven, that is cool, that nobody can grasp it quite in the way you can. Every individual person experiences love in a way that nobody else quite does, and understands truth in a way that nobody else quite does. And because of that, you can do something to help the rest of us that no one else can do. So you're cool. Thanks for being you. That's the message. Speaking of being who we are changes the light in the spiritual world, as I said. And the light can be an image or a projection of your character there. So you might want to think about your character. Do I want light from the light of who I am radiating out? Secrets of Heaven 4416 describes this. There's a video we're being read here. There's Swedenborg being read in the background, a quote from Secrets of Heaven. And this is the description of that phenomenon and how it plays out in the different levels that he visited.
The character of spirits in the next life is apparent from the light in which they dwell. For, as has been stated, the light by which they see corresponds to the light by which they perceive. People who have been acquainted with truths and have also substantiated them, and yet have led a life of evil, are seen to dwell in light which is white as snow, yet cold like the light of winter. But when such people approach those who dwell in the light of heaven, their own light becomes thoroughly darkened and turns into pitch darkness. And when they withdraw from the light of heaven, an inferior yellow light, like that from sulfur, takes its place, in which they themselves look like ghosts, and their truths like ethereal shapes. For their truths have accompanied a false faith, the nature of this faith being such that they believed truths, but only because they thereby earned position, gain, and reputation. It made no difference to them what the truth may have been. All that mattered was the acceptance of it. Those, however, who are under the influence of evil and consequently of falsities are seen dwelling in an inferior light like that of a charcoal fire. This becomes a thoroughly murky light when it comes near the light of heaven. But the light by which those people see varies according to the falsity and evil which govern them. From this, one could see also why people who lead a life of evil cannot possibly have faith in divine truths that spring from sincerity of heart, for they are dwelling in that smoke-filled light, which, when heavenly light falls upon it, becomes dark to them, as a result of which they see neither with their eyes nor with their mind. At the same time, they suffer intense pains, and some sink into a kind of unconsciousness. Consequently, the evil cannot possibly accept truth. Only the good can. Someone who is leading a life of evil is incapable of believing that he dwells in an inferior light, because he is not able to see the light in which his spirit dwells, only the light in which the sight of his eye, and consequently his natural mind, dwells. But if he could see the light of his spirit, and could find out what it would then become if the light of truth and good from heaven were to flow into it, he would know full well how far away he was from receiving the things of light, that is, matters of faith, and how much farther away he was from assimilating the things of charity, and so how distant he was from heaven.